Long ago, in the heart of Zululand, where the soil was as red as the setting sun and the skies stretched wide and clear, there stood a magnificent baobab tree. It was so large that its branches could shelter an entire village, and so old that its creases held stories of generations. The villagers called it Umlalankosi, the tree of the king, believing it to be the guardian of ancient wisdom. In the village lived a young boy named Jabulani, whose heart was as open as the savannah, and whose dreams were as big as the baobab itself. Jabulani loved to sit under Umlalankosi, listening to the elders share tales of old. The stories told of brave warriors, cunning tricksters, and wise leaders who had all at some point sought counsel under the very branches they sat beneath. One day, as the dry season stretched longer than it ever had, the village wells began to dry up. The elders, worried and weary, sat under Umlalankosi to discuss the looming crisis. "It is said that Umlalankosi knows deep secrets, perhaps even where hidden waters lie," muttered one elder, his voice as cracked as the dry earth. Jabulani, overhearing this, felt a stir in his heart. That night, under the blanket of a star-studded sky, he approached the giant baobab. Placing his small hands upon its gnarled trunk, he whispered, "Umlalankosi, if you hold wisdom, share it with me so I may save my people." The wind seemed to carry his words away into the night. Jabulani waited. Just as he began to lose hope, a low, rumbling voice echoed, not from the air, but from the tree itself, vibrating through its bark and into his palms. "Jabulani, the wisdom you seek lies not beneath the ground, but in the hearts of your people. Unite them, make them remember that they are stronger together than apart." With new resolve, Jabulani ran back to the village and recounted what had happened. Though skeptical at first, the desperation of their situation drove the villagers to consider his words. Inspired by Jabulani's courage, they gathered under Umlalankosi, each person placing a hand upon its trunk, feeling the pulse of ancient wisdom coursing through them. Moved by this unity, the villagers worked together, sharing what little water they had, and started to dig new wells. Days turned into nights, and just when their strength waned, a shout of joy erupted. Water had sprung forth, pure and clear from the new well. The village was saved, and Jabulani was hailed not just for his bravery, but for his wisdom in realizing that their greatest resource was not the water, but their unity. Years passed, and the story of Jabulani and the wisdom of Umlalankosi was added to the annals of the elders' tales. The tree continued to stand tall, a silent custodian of the truth that strength and wisdom do not lie in seeking fortune for oneself, but in forging bonds with others. And so, from the heart of Zululand, the life lesson endures. In unity there is strength, and in shared hearts there lies the deepest well of wisdom.